is our final show of the year, 2023. And I want to do a quick run through of the top 10 stories that was hot in the blogs for this year that I feel. In no particular order. Nah, from 10 to 1. So I'm going to start with the writer's strike. Was a huge deal. It didn't follow with the actors going on strike. It was like the first time in 1,100 years that both organizations, unions have been on strike. And it caused a pause for the whole industry. Like shows were stopped, movies were halted. It was a whole big deal. They wanted fair pay. They wanted AI to not take over. They wanted to be compensated better, all that good stuff. They eventually got it together, came to a resolution. That was my number 10 for what's top 10 hot in the blogs for this year. What else? I'm going to say number 9 for the top 10 stories of this year will be Rihanna. Her performing at the Super Bowl and announcing her pregnancy. It was kind of shocking for a lot of people because she didn't make no like pre-announcements or anything like that. She did mention during one of the interviews leading up to the Super Bowl that she may be bringing on a surprise guest. And people when they perform at the Super Bowl, they may bring people out. So people was thinking like, who could it be? Is it gonna be Jay-Z? But instead, it was Baby Ree in the stomach. She actually just recently revealed that it wasn't planned for her to reveal it. She said her jumpsuit just wouldn't zip up. And yeah, we was watching it live, and I had people actually texting me like, is Rihanna pregnant? Because I know all things Rihanna, apparently, right? They like, is Rihanna pregnant? I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, maybe that's still some baby weight from the last baby. And then turns out she was. That was my number 9. Number 8, I'm giving that to Carlee Russell and her faking her abduction and the tune of Jussie Smollett. Carlee Russell had everybody on pause and looking for her and searching for her. It went crazy because she was this missing Black woman who says she seen a baby walking along the side of the highway, and then somebody heard her scream. Then it turns out she had fruit snacks or Cheez-Its in the woods somewhere hiding out for a couple days. I don't even think we fully got to the bottom of why she did it, but ultimately it was cat. This happened in Alabama, and it's crazy. She eventually, I think she was sentenced to a year in jail and was ordered to pay $18,000 or something like that. So I'm not sure if she gonna actually serve that time, if she started the time already. I kind of, how it be, like it's hot and then it's not. I kind of like, it's put it behind us. I don't know when she's starting her sentence or anything like that, but that's number 8 for me. And number 7 was hot in these blogs. Top stories for 2023 will have to be Jamie Foxx and his health scare. That was, to this day, kind of still a mystery. No one really knows what exactly happened. They were very vague, and even when they first announced it, Jamie was out of the spotlight for a couple months. People were accusing him of being a clone when they finally did see him back outside. But as of today, it seems he's made, at least for the most part, I don't know what's going on internally, but for the most part, it seemed like he made a full recovery. And we were all happy for that, because we love Jamie Foxx. But yeah, that story definitely had a lot of us in the chokehold for a little minute. Everybody trying to figure out what is going on. Pickleball done got more mainstream. I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with pickleball, but it probably was my first time hearing of pickleball, honestly. But yeah, so that's number 7 for me. Number 6, top 10 was hot in these blog stories for the year. Keke Palmer and Usher. Keke Palmer, and when she attended Usher's Las Vegas residency, and she had on this see-through dress, and Usher was serenading her, and then her boyfriend at the time got online and was like, "You're a mom," and that whole thing, which ended up ultimately escalating a few months later, as we seen, and she's accusing him of abuse and all of that. That's still playing out right now. But yeah, Keke Palmer and Usher had us all in a chokehold for a little minute. Number 5, since it got the number 5 in it, I'm gonna give it to Hip Hop turning 50. Kind of dominated the whole year. It's been so many tributes that happened. It's been a lot of people getting their just due, their flowers, and shine a light on how impactful, how influential hip hop has always been. And hip hop turned 50 in 2023. Here's to 10, 50 more years of hip hop. Best shots to hip hop. Number 4, Oceangate. The Submersible. It was 5 people who went down in this submarine type thing. It's really called the Submersible. They were going to look at the Titanic wreck and lost signal. And everybody for a few days was wondering, are they still down there? It was a whole search and rescue situation happening. And then unfortunately, it turns out that the device imploded. And all 5 people were killed. That had everybody in the chokehold for a minute. That's Submersible. So that's my number 4. Number 3, I'm gonna give it to Beyonce. In the Renaissance World Tour, this tour has been a huge, numbers thing. It broke records, her highest tour to date. I think it was like the 8th highest in general. The impact, it was like a cultural phenomenon almost, like the mute challenge, having everybody wear silver. Even now that the film is in theaters, people are still like, it's like this whole thing. It was like unheard of. I've never seen a tour, even an album, have as much impact as this Renaissance did. Like, probably prior to that, Michael Jackson, right? Because his impact was crazy, and his when he was putting out Thriller and things of that nature, like probably closest thing to that in terms of like cultural impact and just having everybody like talking and being a part of it. So yeah, that's my number 3. Top 2. I was torn between which one of these should be number 1 and number 2, but number 2 is gonna have to go to Jada Pinkett Smith and her memoir, which is called Worthy. The build up to the memoir had everybody in the chokehold. I feel like every week a different excerpt came out, some new revelation. We found out her and Will Smith weren't together during the Oscars. She was surprised. He said, "Keep my wife's name out your," because they apparently wasn't really together. She said she was surprised he even asked her to go. Like, all of these things we learned about in this memoir. We learned about new things about Tupac, her and Tupac's relationship. It was a whole big thing. A lot of people felt like Jada was talking too much. They wanted her to just like be quiet. But at the time, I'm like, that's what memoirs are all about, aren't they? Like, that's what they're about. They're supposed to tell all in a sense. Give us a look behind the curtain, if you will. So yeah, number 2, Jada Pinkett dominated 2023. And the number 1 trending was hot in the blogs topic for 2023. Any guesses? Has to be Diddy. Diddy and Cassie in this lawsuit that was shocking for many reasons, and it's not over. This is something that's going to be carried into 2024. Talk about our question of the week. This is definitely going to be carried into 2024. It's not over by a long shot. Even though Diddy settled that lawsuit with Cassie, it's the lawsuit that keeps on giving. There's been new allegations. There's been new people coming out. Interviews from friends of friends. It's a whole situation. It's not the last of it, but it definitely was one of the biggest, in my opinion, the biggest blog story of 2023. So that's it for the top 10 what's hot in the blogs for 2023. As we conclude our wrap up of 2023 and moving into 2024,